Report it to the computer.
All right, we are officially recording.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for hopping on this call. We are so excited to have you on the call and help you get your business going this month. For those of you that don't know, my name is Sarah Fleming. I'm a bronze ambassador with Q Sciences. We're going to go through tonight, and I'm going to kick it off with a little bit of how to run your business and how to own your business. Because really, all of you within the last 30 days or so have bought into a business. This is not something that we take very lightly. It's something that we want to make sure that we're running this as professionals. So just a little bit of etiquette or business reminders to start off, just to kind of get your business started on the right foot and to make sure that you are successful in this business. So think about your normal 9-to-5 job. If you did not show up for your 9-to-5 job 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, you would not get paid, correct? So we want to make sure that when you're running your Q Sciences business, that you're showing up every day for your business. The level that you're expecting of the level of income you're expecting to bring in needs to reflect the level of work that you're putting in a day. So if you're only putting in 1 hour a week, you're going to get 1 hour a week pay the following month. So just make sure that you're showing up for your job every day and your level of commitment matches the level of pay that you're looking for. That being said, we also want to make sure that we're professional in this business, right? Nobody likes to buy from somebody who's not professional, from somebody who's pushy, from somebody who's a little too salesy. So we want to make sure that we act and present ourselves as professionals as well. This means when you are on team calls, you want to make sure that you look presentable. Make sure that you got your camera on, you're engaged, you're looking at the camera, you're taking notes, and you're excited, especially when we're doing opportunity calls and you have potentials on those calls. Because I will tell you what, your potentials will mirror your excitement 100%. If you're not excited, your potentials won't be excited. So I would encourage you to make sure that if you've got a potential coming on a call, you get on the call and show some excitement with your camera on and just be ready to participate as much as possible. We also want to make sure that in live events, sorry, I know I talk with my hands a lot, so bear with me. We also want to make sure that during live events, we're still presenting ourselves as professionals. Because when we're doing a live event, it's not just your prospects that are there, and it's not just ambassadors that are there. We're really showcasing Q Sciences to the entire community during those live events. So when we have prospects show up, we want to make sure that our prospects are looking at this like this is a serious business as well. So what does that mean to treat your business like a business when you're in public? Well, if you were at work and your boss was talking, you probably wouldn't interrupt your boss in the middle of them speaking or giving some instruction about what was going to happen for the day. So you want to make sure you do the same thing here and give your coworkers that courtesy. If somebody's speaking, let's make sure that we're not running up and interjecting in the middle. I understand that we all sometimes have emergencies, and that's okay. But we need to make sure that we're bringing up the emergency to the right person at the right time and the right place. And typically during a public event, emergencies are not the place to air those things. So that being said, emergencies happen, right? So want to make sure that anytime there is an emergency, you're always reaching out to your upline. So your upline is your direct line of support. They're going to be here to help you game plan, figure out what are next steps, and help you put out any fires that maybe have started. As a company, we're pretty good at making sure that our customers are satisfied regardless of any hiccups in the road. We're a new company and sometimes those hiccups happen, but I will tell you what, anytime I've ever come across an issue with Q Sciences, customer service has made it right above and beyond 100% of the time. So just have confidence in knowing that if there is an issue that arises from one of your customers or maybe one of your downlines, first of all, you want to try to put out the fire. So your first response should probably not be, oh my goodness, that's terrible. I can't believe this. What's happening? We all just quit right now. That's probably not breathing the right type of culture into your business. So really what you want to say to your downline, your customer that's in your downline, is the same thing that you would say to a customer who would walk into your business if they were dissatisfied. I'm really sorry that is a problem that you're experiencing right now. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take care of that for you. Give me just a few minutes. Let me reach out to a couple people and see what we can figure out. I'll get back with you shortly. That's the way you handle that. And then you reach out to your upline. your closest bronze is probably the best person to reach out to. Just because typically they've got a little bit more closer connection to someone at corporate that can maybe make things happen a little bit quicker. That being said, there are some things that your upline cannot handle. So things like if there are issues with your back office, maybe something's not loading in your shopping cart. Maybe your QPay card isn't working. Maybe you have somebody whose order hasn't shipped yet, or you don't have tracking numbers. All of that stuff you can actually look at in your back office first before you go to an upline, and or you can communicate with customer service. Unless you have an issue, gosh, I can't even really think. Most of the time you can communicate directly with customer service. You don't necessarily need to come to your upline. I would encourage you as much as possible to try and be self-sufficient and lead your team to do the same. If you are constantly asking for support and guidance in an area, then what's going to happen is your team will see the same thing. Support and guidance is absolutely okay, and that is what we are here for. But we want to train strong teams and people who are self-sufficient and able to run large teams of their own, so that they're able to make $120,000 a year or a month, just like Marielle is. So just some basic things to think about whenever you have an issue in your organization. Make sure that you're complaining up. Do not complain down to your downlines. That can really poison your organization very quickly, especially when you have new people in. You don't want their first experience with your organization to be something that's negative. So we try to keep it happy. Treat it like you would your normal business if there was an issue inside your normal business. And at the end of the day, this is your business. Yes, we want to help you. Yes, we're going to remind you that there are trainings out there. We'll remind you that there are videos that are posted in Q Live. We'll show you where to go to get the information that you need, but we can't always deliver it to you. So you have to make sure that you are treating this like your business and owning your business. If you're not tuning into the Q News Lives on Mondays, every Monday at 2 p.m., they go live in Q News. If you're not on Facebook, and actually I think pretty much everybody's on Facebook, but if you're not on Facebook, you'll also get a email with a Q News recap inside your email. Also inside your app now, at the top of the app, there's a banner that moves. And if you click on that banner in the weekly updates, it'll take you directly to the weekly updates. So it makes it really easy to find that stuff, even if you're not on Facebook. But if you are on Facebook, you can hop in the Q News Live group and check out that live every Monday. The first of the month, they always do the CEO call with Mark Wilson. I encourage you to hop onto that one as well. They'll go over sales from the previous month, what's coming in the new month, what we can look forward to, and any other fun announcements that are happening at the time. Q Tribe is Kristen Adams's group. Anything that she posts in there is typically good for everyone that is on her team. She's got a ton of trainings in there. Then I would encourage you, if you're new and you've got some downtime, at the top of the group, there's a spot that says units. You'll want to click on that, and there is a wealth of information inside there. So many training videos, income producing activities, ways to reach out. There are staged product pictures. There's so much inside Q Tribe. I really encourage you guys to dig around inside that units section and check it out. And then we've also got the Freedom Movement. The Freedom Movement is Taryn Sarconi's group. Taryn is our local platinum leader here. She's a phenomenal leader. Her group is great. Everything that she posts in there is good for everyone that is local on her, everyone's on her local team, excuse me. So she'll do, that's when we'll have local events and things like that will be posted in there. So those are really the main groups you want to make sure that you're paying attention to on Facebook so that you can make sure you have all the information. Along with the Facebook stuff, I had mentioned it earlier, you're going to get an email periodically from Q Sciences. They can actually see who opens and views the emails and who does not. So sometimes what happens is that the open rate on the emails isn't as high as we'd like it to be. So if you're not tuning in, then make sure that you're definitely opening up those emails, because that's a great recap for anything that they've talked about during the week. And that's going to keep you up to date and keep your business running long and strong for as long as possible. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes real quick. So aside from that, really, we just want to make sure that you're showing up for your business the way that you would show up for an employer that was giving you a 9-to-5 check every week. If you're expecting to have this replace your income, your normal 9-to-5 income, we just want to make sure we're treating it the same way that you would. Give your coworkers the same respect, and give your uplines the same respect that you would give your boss. Now, honestly, if you have some free time, like I was saying before, I would strongly recommend that you go into Q-Tribe and get into some of those units. But one of the things I'm really excited to share with you guys tonight is Kalina's IPA training that was posted inside the Freedom Movement the other day. For those of you who weren't able to attend, I'm sure most of you know, Kalina Burgoyne and Kristen Adams were just here the other night. They did a phenomenal training session, and I'm really excited that we get to share it with you guys. So bear with us for just a minute. We're going to share the screen, and everybody will be able to see it. Bear with us for just a second. We're just trying to see if we can figure out this audio thing.
Can you hear it? No? I don't know why. I've got the volume turned up, guys.
It's okay. You know what's really cool about this, you guys, is this training is in the Freedom Movement. It's about a half hour long, and there's actually 2 trainings that are linked into it. Kristen and Kalina's trainings are both in there. I know I do have it up on my screen. Do you guys want to see if I can share my screen and make my audio work real quick? Or
Okay.
let's see. See what we can do here.
Hey, you guys,
Yeah.
let's just, you guys, we will send you all the link to the training so that you can watch it, because for some reason our audio is not coming through properly.
Yeah, I think that's a good game plan.
All
See,
right.
adapt and adjust, right?
Huh?
Adapt and adjust, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Stop your screen share. There we go.
There we go.
All right. All right.
So from there, I guess what we'll do next then is we're going to have Shelby go into how to reach out to those people that you've been wanting to reach out to, how to create a list, what to do with the list, and what to say when they answer you back. Shelby is really good at this stuff, so I'm excited for you guys to get some training from her. And yes, it's a family thing.
Hi, everyone. Yes, it is totally a family thing. So why is it not switching to me when I talk? Hello. Hi, it's not switching to me when I talk. Hi, my name is Shelby Wiegand. I'm a bronze ambassador with the company. I am also wife and mother of two and a registered nurse in my other life. And so I found this company a little over a year ago, didn't really want to do it as a business. It found me as a business. And the thing that I fell in love with the most is the company meets you exactly where you're at, and you can tailor make what effort you're putting into this, into what you want to get out of it. And B, they have a really simple system in place that if you plug into it is a fountain of wealth to you, no matter what your job description is, no matter what your traditional job title is, or even if you don't work at all. You don't have to have experience to do this. You don't have to be a medical professional or a scientist by any means to make this work. So really quick, what I would like to do is get it so that the screen view is on me and share my screen. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and I created just a little quick presentation. If it goes to the screen view, start from beginning. Here we are. So I'm going to talk to you today about working smarter, not harder. And this quote is taken directly from Kalina Raboyne. If this business doesn't work for you, it's because you're not taking the time to work the business. We have everything here for you. You literally just have to say yes and plug in and put in your time. So a really important precursor to this is scheduling your time, knowing how much time you have to put forward to this business, and then sticking to that. If you do have a regular job, when you're working your regular job, you're unable to be working and focusing on other things, right? Like if you're at work, let's say you work at a grocery store, especially right now, it'd be kind of crazy. If you're punched the clock working at your grocery store, you're unable to be reaching out to your contacts during that time. So don't double schedule or overbook yourself. Look at your time and what you actually have to offer and create that schedule. And then the second piece to that is stick to that schedule. If you know you're going to have an hour a day to work your business and it's from 6 to 7, set aside that time, put it in your calendar and stay with that, and use that time to do what we call income producing activities that we're going to talk about. So your list, this starts with your list. It is so much more than a numbers game and a sign up game. So you signed up, you did a launch, and on that launch document, the very back of it is a spot for you to create what we call your Hot 100 list. You can do your Fab 5 list, and you can basically decide right on your launch document who you want your 2 ambassadors and your 3 customers to be working underneath you. From one of the books that we read in our group called Get Over Your Damn Self, written by a lady named Romy, look up that book. It talks about how your list is the backbone and foundation of your business. It should always be growing. You should always be updating it, adding people to it, removing people from it when they tell you, I don't want to hear about what you have anymore. It's really important that you have a list because it helps keep you organized. I still have my original Hot 100 list and I still refer to it. I'm still following up with people. Now, maybe you're one of those people that thinks, oh, I'll remember the 76 people that I talked to. I'm here to tell you that you will not. I don't care if you are Rain Man, if you are Beautiful Mind, and you have some whiteboard and you're writing names on the back of your hands, people are gonna slip through the cracks. I thought that I could run my business that way in the beginning, and people slip through the cracks. And you don't wanna do that because first of all, you don't know if they're a Taryn or not. They could be a Kristen or a Kalina or a Cindy or a Dana or a Sarah. And if you let them slip through the cracks, you're basically showing that you don't want to do business with them. So there's a couple different ways you can create a list. Pen and paper is my personal favorite. There's also different spreadsheet apps that you can use. Excel is a good one. Google Spreadsheets is a nice one. The nice thing about setting up a spreadsheet list, if you have time to do that, is that you can then search for people by name or different keywords that you've put in there. And every time you're talking to someone, you can go in next to that person and write a check date with the date that you talked to them. That's really important too, because then you can see, wow, I haven't talked to Dana in like 4 months. I've been doing this for a year. She said, no, not right now. So now I can probably go back and spend time with her. The other thing that you can track in your list is working from appointment to appointment. That's something that Dana is really serious about. And I know that it has helped her drastically close and sign new people is when she's ending a conversation with someone, she already knows when the next time she's going to talk to that person, and she's writing it on her list with that person. So she knows, okay, today I talked to Jason and I set to follow up with him 1 week from today. So it helps her work from appointment to appointment. It helps the person that you're talking with expect to be reached back out to, and it helps keep you organized and on top of things. The company has different things within your app and back office to help you create a list. If you just go into your app or the back office and type memory jogger, there is a document that will come up to help you think of people that you're not always immediately thinking of in your mind. People like, who's your hairdresser? Who does your taxes? Who do you go to church with? Who is your daughter in Scouts with? Who's on the swim team with your son? Places like that, nooks and crannies of your life where you're not ordinarily thinking. Now, it's important to build that list in the beginning and not to prejudge. Do not prejudge, because like bottom line is you're not selling to people. If you sell to people and try to convince people, you're not going to get very far with this business. And I don't say that to be rude. I say it to be frank and honest. We're not selling to people. We are sharing and we are sorting contacts, number one. Number two, somebody who I think might benefit from the products may want to do this as a business or vice versa. It's not up to me to decide for them what's in this for them. It's up to me to share the information and show them what's in it for them. And then they get to make the decision. So when you're writing your list, know that, and that you're sorting and sharing. So there's a couple different ways that you can do it. First, you want to start out by writing out as many people you can think of that you know. Romy says that the average person knows about 600 people. And if you say you don't know anybody, just go through your contact list. Go through your last text messages, your contact list on your phone, your most recent phone calls. Go through your Facebook friends list and your Instagram friends list. Who's on your old email list that you used to send around? Things like that to help you start gaining contacts in there. From there, you can take that list and break it up into a couple different easy categories, such as I started with my dirt list or my closest warm market. Your dirt list are your people where if you were selling a pile of dirt, they would get on in a line and try that dirt because they love you. They trust you, they respect you, they want to follow you, they'll go anywhere with you, and that's where you're going to start. So you take your dirt list or your warmest market and start there. Now within that list of, hundreds of people, you're going to have people that aren't on your dirt list, but they're people who you talk to sometimes, maybe colleagues, coworkers, people that live in the same area as you. They're considered your colder market. Then you have a third, you can take a third category from your big list and go, these are the people that are in my super cold, my freezing market, the girl I haven't talked to in 15 years, but we have friends in common. The girl that used to be my best friend in first grade, but I haven't seen her in 26 years. The mom who we both have kids that go to the same preschool, but we've never actually spoken. You're going to have them on your, you can separate your list that way. So your really close dirt contact list, your warm list, and then your cold list. Because what you're going to do is zero in and start with that dirt or that warmest market list. And while you're doing that, you're going to be warming up these cold people over here. The girl who you share, preschool contacts with, you're going to start nodding to her and talking to her and finding familiarity and relatability between the two of you. Because that's what's going to help make you comfortable to strike and reach out to that person. And then using your launch document, right on your launch document, there's spots where when we did your launch with you, we had you fill in specific names of who are your top 5 people that you want to work with. Who did you write in those little bubbles that you want to be your first 3 customers and your 2 ambassadors? Who do you have on that Hot 100 list when you were super excited in those first phases of joining that you really want on your team? That is a tool to help you succeed. So we talk about using the system because it is a brilliant, simple system that no matter what walk of life you come from or no matter how old you are, you can get success with this if you stick to it. If you veer from the system, results vary. And when I say results vary, you might be successful, but if you have let's say a 1 in 10 closing rate using the system, you're going to have like a 1 in 20 closing rate if you're not using the system. When I say system, it's right on your launch document, and it's this the video right here, the rinse, dry, repeat cycle video on YouTube. Like Sarah said, you can type in Kristen Adams's name and her channel will come up. And then when you view, like it has a list of her videos, it's almost all the way down at the bottom, but it's called Rinse, Dry, Repeat Cycle. It's 35 minutes of gold. I definitely encourage any and everybody to watch it if you don't know what to say, how to reach out, or what I'm talking about when I say use the system. I did include the link here as well, but it's basically this. You are piquing their interest, you are sharing information with them, not out of your own mouth from somewhere else, and you are connecting them to an upline. Most people we can close right then, not all. If we can't close them right then we need to have them exposed again and we're gonna follow back up. So what I mean when I say that, piquing interest, it can be as simple as a small statement that you're making to someone to see if they are interested in what it is that you're doing. One of your friends posted something on Facebook that they have terrible migraines and the Excedrin and caffeine is not helping anymore. So you can reach out and just say something like, hey girl, I know you've been suffering really, really bad with migraines. Would you be interested in taking a look at something that may help you? And if she says yes, she's going to respond, probably, if she has terrible migraines and wants relief. If she responds and says, well, yeah, what is it? And you can just say, there's a quick 4-minute video that I just really want to draw your attention to, and then we can talk more after. So then that's where the share tool comes in. The Share tool is a third-party tool. It's notice when I said that, I didn't give her the whole enchilada either, and I'm going to expound on that in just a minute. I would then go into my QConnect Pro app. I would type in hemp in the search bar, and everything related to hemp that we have for Share tools would pop up. So I personally have the Full Spectrum Hemp Explained video is at the top of my list to share with people like her. And I would send it to her, and then I would wait. I would wait 5-6 minutes, maybe at the most. And then I would go back and say, hey, so I know it's been about 5 minutes and you've seen the video. Tell me what you liked about it, or do you love it, or something positive. I typically don't ask what is your opinion, because it could go either way. You want to formulate the conversation in a positive way and open-ended, but you want a positive response back. So I would typically say something like, what did you like most about it? Or, oh my gosh, don't you love the idea of taking hemp instead of pain medication for your headache? Now, from here, this is very key. No matter what my friend's answer is, whether it's, yeah, I really love it, where can I find the website to order? Or, no, I'm not really interested in that. Or, I am, but I have more questions. I want more information. So for me, it's whether the answer is yes, no, but not a hard no. If they're flat out like, no, leave me alone or don't respond, then I say, okay, thanks for your time. But if they're like, no, I don't really want to take something that I could not pass a drug test with, or maybe, and I have more questions, no matter what those answers are, that's where I plug in. You'll see the next step here is connect to an upline. And I say, okay, perfect. Give me just a minute. I'm reaching out to my friend Sarah. Sarah, not my friend, she's my sister-in-law. I'm reaching out to Sarah. She's actually been doing this a little bit longer than me. She has a lot of great knowledge when it comes to the business and the product. So I'm just going to connect you, and she will get all of our questions answered if it's a maybe response and they have questions. If it's a yes, then I still connect them to Sarah, because I want Sarah as my upline, my third party, to close the deal for me. So I'm saying, okay, that's fabulous. You know what? My sister-in-law, Sarah, has a lot more experience at this than me. She is senior to me, so I'm going to connect you to her, because she will get everything handled for us and take care of us. And then you just, you reach out to your upline and get them connected with them. Now, does that mean that you're standing in the grocery store and you're talking to Susan behind you who has really bad neck pain, and you say, oh my gosh, I have this really great cream. I'm going to rub it on you. I'm going to try it. And then we're going to call Sarah right now, and she's going to tell you everything you need to know. No, that is not considered working the system or exposing the person to information. It's important, whether you're talking to a friend or a stranger, to know that if it's a friend, you have trust between you and that person. If it don't, but either way, you have zero credibility where the business is concerned. So that's why you need something other than your own mouth. You need a third-party tool. And with this instant gratification world that we live in, people are looking for concrete data, evidence, facts, things that they can look at, a place where you can take them to find a volume of resource. So you need to plug them into that. And then B, like I said, maybe there's trust there, but there's no cred. There's no credibility. However, I just connected them to someone outside of myself that they may or may not know. Sarah, who I just said is super credible. She's smarter than me. She's been doing this longer than me. And she is going to get us, I made it an us thing. She's going to get us all of the answers to our questions and get everything set up for us so that we have the best information we need to proceed. So from there, I'm going to reach out to Sarah and say, hey, Sarah, I got this Katie girl. She has really bad headaches. This is the story. She posted this. I sent her this video. I'm ready for a 3-way conversation. When can we do it? And she's going to tell me, okay, I'm available at 6 p.m. and let's 3-way message. You can do a message or a call, whatever you're comfortable with, or meeting in person. But the important thing is that I reached out to her first and debriefed her and said, hey, this is about my friend so-and-so. This is the situation. When do you have time? Because I'm qualifying my upline's time now too, and not just wasting it. I'm saying, hey, I need your help closing this person. They're interested and I don't know what to say or do. So then Sarah says, okay, I'm available at 6. I reach back out to this girl with the headaches and say, hey, at 6 o'clock, I'm going to reach out to you and Sarah and we're going to connect. So at 6, we get the conversation going. And when I get the conversation going, I'm introducing the two. I'm introducing Sarah to my friend with headaches. I'm saying, hey, we'll say her name's Caitlin. Caitlin, this is my amazing sister-in-law, Sarah, that I spoke of. She worked in sales and management for so many years. She's actually what turned me on to this. She helped me find something that really saved my life and helped add quality to my life. She's super duper smart and has taught me most of the things that I know about this business. So I'm really excited for you two to connect. Then I say, hey, Sarah, this is my friend Caitlin. She's a wife and mom of 2. She's a stay-at-home mom. She's been battling anxiety, depression, and migraines for the last 6 months and doesn't know what to do. So I shared some of the information with her, and I wanted to bring you into the conversation so that I made sure that I'm not leaving anything out and that we can get everything done and together at once in the best way. So you see what I did there? I connected 2 people who don't know each other. I edified both of them. I edified Sarah to the new girl to Sarah, and I'm going to connect them and I'm going to back away. That conversation is going to roll. If you're on the phone, you do the same thing. Just say it out loud and then you shut up. You mute your phone if you have to. If you guys are talking in text or 3-way message, you stop talking. Unless the conversation goes lull where the new person isn't responding and Sarah can't get that person to continue to talk, that's when you're going to come back in, or when the deal is closed, or if you are asked a question like Sarah says, hey, Shelby, what's your site? I'm going to help get this account created for her. Or, hey, Shelby, what was the other product you told her about that she needed? Or, hey, Shelby, were there any other questions that you guys had? Then, or if the conversation goes lull, are you going to take back over? But make no mistake, it is your responsibility at the end to make sure all the ends are tied, all the things are together. Okay? Now, with that being said, it's not always going to roll that way. Some people are super hard closers. I was a really hard closer. Sarah got me to join, but she had to expose me to not 1, 2, I think it was 3 presentations and a very big upline who I had to meet in person before I could align with the business. And that is perfectly fine. You have to understand that the time you cast your line out there, you're not going to get a whopper. It's going to take a few bites and maybe a couple nibbles before you're able to set the hook and bring that big old fish up. You have to understand that. Research shows, I think it's like the 8th, 9th, 10th exposure sometimes. And following up with them is going to be key, and your uplines are going to help you stay connected to following up. Now, that was just a really easy, quick example of how to run a 3-way conversation and how to work the system to close someone. What you say to whom varies from person to person. I have a couple examples that I'm going to show you in a second. The biggest thing you need to know is you are not an expert. For medical professionals, for people in management or sales, this is a very hard concept to learn. It was very hard for me because I went to school. I have capital letters after my name. I have a degree. I'm reputable. I know a lot. Not when it comes to this. When people start asking you questions, everything is a great question. And somebody has the answer, but it is not you if you are the person trying to get someone on your team, either as a customer or as an ambassador. You are not going to word vomit all over them. I promise you 150 times over, if you word vomit, you will not close them. They will be freaked out, scared, intimidated, or just like, whoa, that chick is crazy. She just threw all this stuff at me that I don't even understand. You also, you know this, when you're flipping through channels and an infomercial comes on, what happens? You scroll, you keep flipping. When you're scrolling through Facebook and the sponsored ads come on that are somehow related to what you were Googling 2 days ago, it freaks you out, number 1. But number 2, you're not going to click on that stuff. You don't want to be sold to. You don't want to click on or look at something that looks artificial or salesy, so don't do it for your people. And when you're talking to them, you don't want to be like, so this is what I did. This is what worked for me. This is awesome for me. People want to know what's in it for them, not what's in it for you. They don't care. They really don't. People don't care that I'm making $2,000 a month with this business. They want to know that I can show them how to make $2,000 a month with this business, no matter what walk of life they come from. So it's really important not to give them the whole enchilada, but give them a nibble, like I was saying. Tell them why you're thinking of them. So you joined this business either at an event or because someone approached you about it. we launched you, or you watched a pre-recorded launch and have your launch document filled out. So that includes your list. You're separating it a little bit as you go, or you're just ready to get started, one or the other. So you take your list and you're like, well, I want to reach out to some people that I actually know, some friends and family who I align with and know. What do I say to them? It's going to be different for everyone. And if you don't know what to say, reach out to one of us that's running this call, or whomever your upline is, so that we can get you connected and we can help you tap into your list and what to say to them based on their color personality, based on who they are as a person, how they learn, what they like, things like that. These are real examples of messages that I've sent to people. This was a girl who I reached out to. She was in my warm market. I said, hey, Steph, I want to reach out to tell you that I admire what you're doing right now with adopting that little boy. I've been thinking about you a lot lately. You're a really strong-hearted woman. You have a great work ethic, and I'd really love to get your eyes on the project I'm working on and see if it's something you'd consider. Would you be interested in taking a look? Now, if she was someone I was really close with and talked to every single day, I wouldn't say that right at first. I would just be like, hey, how's it going? Wait to see what she says. Have an actual important conversation with her. Like, how's your little boy doing? I know you're a single mom now and adopted him, and then, you know, you and your husband didn't work out. Like, I admire you so much for that. I have custody of my niece. She's not mine. I know how hard it is when you decide that you're going to raise a child like this. So I just wanted to tell you I admire you for that. And then keep talking a little bit. And then I'd say something along the lines of, you've always been really strong-hearted and you've always had a really, really great work ethic. I was thinking about you lately in my most recent business venture. Do you think maybe you'd take a look at it? That sounds like me. It doesn't sound fake. It's not spammy. And she has the option to opt out right here, because I said to her, would you be interested? I didn't say, you have to join my team. You have to try this cream. You have to do this. You could make 6 figures. You could quit your job. I'm just saying, hey, I thought of you. I think you're up here and I'm down here. That's a key point that you have to look at. I think you're up here. I think you're wonderful. And I really would love it if you'd take a look. Can you take a look? So then I have my Uncle Tom, who is a marketing expert who I'm prospecting right now. Hey, Uncle Tom, listen, I know you have a marketing degree, because he knows what I'm doing and could definitely teach me a thing or two about the business. Your opinion is golden to me. If you're able to give me 30 minutes tonight, I'd love to invite you to hear from a mentor and colleague of mine, Kristen, who is earning 6 figures in the industry and was able to retire at age 34. What do you say? He said, oh yeah, I'd love to hear. He got on the call, and I plan on we're doing a 3-way call with one of my uplines here in the next week. So that was huge. Like, and that was somebody who already knew what I was doing in the business. So then things that you can say to your cold market, because inevitably, if you're working and you're working consistently, you will burn through your warm market. So you will have to find new places to get contacts. And you'll also have to get creative with ways of finding new contacts and reaching out to people. So my advice to you, because not everybody's comfortable doing cold messaging, if you're not, or if you want to get comfortable with it, reach out to one of us and we'll help you with it. But you really should only be cold messaging, if you've burnt through your warm market, or if you're experienced with it, like Sarah, the job that she has, they do cold calls all the time. She feels really comfortable with it. Also, if you're comfortable navigating the combo before an upline gets involved, because if you're standing in a supermarket somewhere, it can get pretty weird if you don't know the lady and you want to rub cream on her or whatever, and you don't know her. So be mindful of who you're talking to, where you're at, and are you comfortable dealing with this conversation and exposing them to the third-party tool before you're putting an upline in place. Because if you put the upline in place and start a 3-way conversation before you've told them anything, you're putting a lot more on the upline's shoulders than just closing the deal. Now they've got to share information, which counted as one of your exposures, and then they've got to try to close the deal too, which is really hard. The information that's shared should come from you, and then we're bringing someone in. So that's my soapbox about that. Don't do cold calls until you're comfortable. Still no info vomit, but you want to give them enough to read between the lines, because if they're a cold contact, maybe you don't know them at all. Maybe you don't. And this is a message that I've taken from Kalina Raboyne and made it my own. Hi, Wayne, I'm Shelby. I came across your profile looking for the right person in your area who is open to leading the expansion of hemp or CBD movement. This is a network marketing opportunity. I come right out and say it. If you're interested, I would love to get you connected to learn more. We are currently shipping hemp and nutraceuticals to 20 countries, and the market is growing exponentially. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. If it isn't for you, but you know someone amazing, I'll compensate you for the referral as well. I look forward to talking further. This is a sample message that I know Kalina uses when she cold messages people on Instagram and when she's looking to expand her business globally in other countries. I think she used this for someone in New Zealand. And you can change up the verbiage a little bit. You want to make it your own, and you want to obviously have it come from you. If you don't talk like this, then you don't want to send something like that, even if you don't know the person, because they're going to realize that that's not you when they do meet you. This one is a message that I use often. I have been with the company for a year, so now I'm really zeroing in. Like, I know exactly what I'm looking for, and I'm gunning for a certain market of people. So this is something that I typically send to my nurse and medical people friends. Hi, Diane, thanks for your friend request, or adding or accepting my friend request. I personally seek out nurses now. We have a lot in common and are both RNs. Currently, I'm working in acute care, and I also work with a health and wellness company that carries superior hemp and nutraceuticals with clinical studies and noticeable effects. The company is expanding rapidly, so I did product and business all together, but didn't give them the whole enchilada. I'm reaching out because I wondered if you'd be open to take a look at the opportunity. Hemp is projected to be a $22 billion industry in the next few years. We are in phase 2 of global expansion and have a variety of resources available to benefit people like yourself and on an individual basis. If it isn't something that interests you, please let me know who I could network with from your contacts, and I appreciate your time and consideration. So that is really the basis of reaching out to people. So just remember that, like I was saying in the beginning, if the business doesn't work for you, it's because you're not working the business. Let me share my screen one more time. I want to show you one more thing that I pulled up. Now, Sarah mentioned if you are a part of the Q Tribe, you can request membership to the Q Tribe on Facebook. So go to Facebook, type in Q Tribe, and put that you're requesting membership. Within the files section, once you're in the group, you'll see all sorts of different files that have been shared over the last couple of years since the tribe has been built. And one of them is this sheet right here. This will help get you and keep you on track. This is the document that Kalina refers to in her training that we're going to be available for you guys to all see. But it basically shows you if you're doing the things on this list every day and taking this could take you an hour to do this, one hour each day. If you did this, if you printed one of these out and did it every day or made your own form somewhere in your phone, you will definitely be successful. You will definitely grow your business. And it's really easy things like sharing Q with 3 new people. You type names in here, you put check marks on their names on your list, boom, income producing. Follow up with 3 people you already talked to, boom, income producing. Find a couple new friends or in-person friends. Connect with people you already have. Some dedicating time to your own health, getting healthy activity through the day, saying some positive affirmations, and reviewing your back office to make sure that your things are in place like they're supposed to be. And then some branding down here. So if you can't find these things or need more help, reach out to one of us and we will help you. So now I'm going to turn it over to my mother, Cynthia, who is also a nurse and bronze ambassador with the company. She's going to talk to you about sampling. Thank you so much.
Hi guys, I'm Cindy. I'm a bronze ambassador with the company. I've been with the company a little over a year. Shelby introduced me to this company, and I'm going to be honest with you, I was very skeptical at first. But once I started with the products and started to see what this company could do for me and my family, my health, I was all in, and I've been all in ever since. So I'm going to tell you some different ways that I do sampling. First, I'm going to show you this little gem right here. You can get this in your back office, and you can send this out right from the back office. You can either choose to pay the shipping for them or have the people that you're sending these to pay the shipping. It comes with, I'm going to open it up and show it to you. It comes with a full day's dose of each flavor, mocha and cinnamon. And then it also comes with, sorry guys, I can't get it open because I should have opened it before we got started. And it also comes with a sample of our, are you laughing at me? Of our Renew cream. And this is how it comes. And I also carry 5 or 6 of these in my purse at a time. But the beautiful part is when you send these out, the app will notify you when they receive it. They will notify you when it's sent. They will notify you they've sent them a letter. They will follow up with emails with your people when you send it from the app. You also can get the same type of card, and it will send them 3 of our sport drinks. And that is my favorite drink that we have. So that's one of the things that I do. And like I said, I carry 5 or 6 of these in my purse all the time. If somebody's talking to me and telling me, oh my God, I have a migraine headache today, da 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 da, I've tried everything, I got something that can help you. I whip one of these out, and on the back I have my little sticker that has my name, my phone number, my address, or not my address, but my Facebook name, my messenger name, so that they can contact me. And I try to get their information. I say, well, what's your Facebook name? Or can I follow up with you to see how you like the product? And most people say yes. So here's another thing I do. We have these amazing energy drinks. I didn't grab my sport drink, but we have these. We have the Focus that comes in green apple and black cherry. And then we have our sport drink that comes with in the grape key line. As you know, these are powered by whole chia seeds, and the sport drink is with the chia seed powder. I will do carry these in my purse, and if somebody says, oh my God, I'm so tired, I can't seem to wake up, I give them the choice. Here, I've got these 2 drinks here. Which one would you like to try? Most of the time, they fall in love with these drinks. Most of the time. And I either get a new customer, or sometimes I even get ambassadors with these drinks, right, Dana? So, and then I do these little things here. These are little tubs you get off Amazon. I fill it up with our Excel cream and our Renew cream, and I let people try this cream. You can get this right off Amazon. You get 50 of them for $8. And if you got Amazon Prime, you get free shipping. I've gone through probably 4 bags of these. Another thing I do is, now I buy the 7-day samples when I'm Care and Share qualified, but I buy the little 5 milliliter, and I just ordered 3 milliliter sample bottles. Now I have to take a little bit more of the dropper with this, but this is how I sample. They want to try the product. I want to have something available for them to try the product. Now these are actually the ones that Dana gave me, but I ordered them myself, and for some reason I haven't gotten them. But this is what I let them sample the rollerball with. Comes with this, and then there's the little thing to go inside the rollerball. And these are the cutest little things. I think this is about a 3 milliliter. And you put this in the top, and that is our rollerball samples. So another thing I do, guys, periodically, like right now I have one on Facebook that says, hey, who uses those energy drinks? You know the ones I mean, without saying, you know, without coming out and naming a brand name of energy drinks, because I don't want to get in any trouble. How about, would you like to try one of my energy drinks? Good, clean energy, all natural, lowering cost, da 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 da. And I put the finger pointing down and say, tell me here if you want to try one of these. And invariably I get 10 or 12 people sometimes. Sometimes I get 30 or 40 people. So this last one I put up, so far I've gotten 8 people to comment, and I tell them, if I can get 10 people to comment on this, I'm going to draw out 3 names for Full Spectrum Hemp Oil. And then I'll go live on Facebook. I'll draw out the 3 names. I get their addresses. I send them to them. Every single time that I do these things on Facebook, i.e. I either get a customer, and the last time I got a new customer and a new ambassador by doing this. So my last one was, and this was right before we went to convention. Hey, I've got 30 samples of my muscle recovery cream to send out. If I can get 30 people to tell me they want this, I am going to draw out 5 people to get a sample of our Full Spectrum Hemp Oil. I drew out 5 people because I got 32 people to comment. I got a new customer to order the cream. This gal ordered the hemp oil. She came to an event. She is now a new ambassador. So it does pay off. I have been prospecting somebody now for 8 months, and I continue to follow up with her. Hey, how you doing? How are things going? I build a relationship and a friendship with her. She keeps saying she's going to come to an event. She'll get to an event eventually, and I'm going to tell you that she's going to sign up as an ambassador because she's really, really interested, but she's involved in her church. She's in a choir. She's this, she's that. I have another gal right now. She's from Connecticut. I'm sending her a sample out tomorrow, and she's very interested in the business. So that are just some of the things that I do with samples and sampling. So, and I try to build relationships with these people. I talk to them about what they, what do they need help with? I will constantly, I'll ask about their kids. I'll continue on. So that's just some of the ways that I do. Like I said, this gal is getting my sample, and she's interested in the business. So
That's so
just
awesome.
something I can help you with.
I love how sampling is helping you grow your business like that. That's so awesome.
Yes.
And I love that, like, when you put the samples out, you're following up, right? You're not just sending samples out there and not following up with them. You're actually following up, doing the legwork, in between, and it's working for you. That's so good. I love that.
I have a notebook with all my sampling people in it.
See, it's that
A
organization
notebook
thing.
just for my sampling.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. And it goes right back to what Shelby was saying.
I have actually gotten 3 new ambassadors by doing sampling.
That's phenomenal. So yeah, I mean, I strongly encourage everyone to sample. These products work, and most people will say that they work within the first 5 minutes. So I mean, sampling is kind of a no-brainer, especially if you're sampling out like the lotion or the sport drinks. So that's awesome, Mom. Thank you.
Yep.
All right.
I'm going to introduce, I guess, Dana. She's going to close this out. I can't unmute you, Dana. Can you unmute yourself?
Yep, I'm unmuted. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for giving us all of these bits of your wisdom. I know some of the stuff I've heard, but I even have my own notes that I've taken that, I'm going to continue to use and improve. And I just want to thank anybody who, was on and who is going to watch this at a later date, because really putting the time into this, to your own training, is only going to benefit you and your business in the future, and all of the potential people that you're going to be able to share this beautiful thing with. And just given, I think right now, people might not be so much wanting to get into action, but, given the time in the future, I mean, people are going to be looking for what we have. So being prepared for it is really important. I mean, we've been prepping for being locked up in our houses for weeks, why not prepare to have your business explode when people are going to be looking to work more flexible hours or just work in general, because things are changing. So so yeah, I thought really, really great tips and info. I'm so happy to be a part of this amazing culture and team and system. I love you guys. So yeah, thanks for hopping on, and we will be doing this again in the near future.
We love you too, girl.
Oh, bye.
All right, everybody. Have a lovely night.